What is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we're going to be breaking down another interesting pick that is rising in popularity a ton in major regions right now like North America, EU West, and even Korean solo queue. In this video today we're going to be doing a guide and breakdown of full AP Kog Maw in the mid lane. In this game we are taking a look at TSM Bjergsen. He has been one of the guys in NA playing this pick a little bit more than some others, but also pobelter's been playing it, Showmaker has been playing it, some European mid laners have been playing it, and I think it is a pick that a lot of people think might be sleeper OP, but for sure is better than you think it is. Even if it's not OP, it's for sure underrated, and a pick that probably has some situational usefulness, and maybe a pick that you guys can use to climb yourselves. Before we get into this one, I just want to ask real quick, if you guys are not already subscribed, if you click that subscribe button really quick, that would be awesome. It helps me out a ton, and it helps you guys stay up to date on my latest content, so it works out for both of us. With that being said, here we go, getting into this one again. This is full AP Kog Maw in the mid lane. I'm going to start out talking about the rune page that Bjergsen is running in this game, and this is the rune page that most of the professional players are running on Kog Maw right now. Up on the screen it is going to be Phase Rush with Nimbus Cloak, Transcendence, Gathering Storm, with Precision Secondary being Presence of Mind and Coup de Grace. There are a couple different rune pages and stuff for Kog Maw. Some people are going like Arcane Comet, some people are going this Phase Rush, but most often the pros are going Phase Rush. So I think it is definitely the best, and I think it's definitely what you guys should try out. But Arcane Comet could make sense too. It gives Kog Maw a little extra poke, a little extra damage in lane and stuff. But Phase Rush with Nimbus Cloak, you're going to have so much movement speed. You're going to be able to position around in teamfights, stay alive, and just be able to keep pumping out damage. Because Kog Maw is going to have a ton of damage. AP Kog Maw is going to be pumping out damage for your team. But the problem is he's so immobile that you might be dying a lot. You might get put into sticky situations a lot. And again, by having Nimbus Cloak, by having Phase Rush, you are going to be able to survive the lane phase easier and get your items and scale up and stuff. But then also in the late game in team fights, you're just going to be flying around and just able to deal out even more damage. Going to keep you a little bit safer, and you're just going to be good to go like that. As far as items, you're going to be starting Corrupting Potion, just going to give you a little extra sustain in lane. You're just going to be trying to go for those early minions. You're looking for a tier. In this game, Bjergsen is taking TP Flash, so he's able to grab a tier and then TP back. In this game, he actually got a Mana Crystal, a Dark Seal, and a Control Ward, and then comes back and then later finishes his tier and TPs back. But if you have enough mana and you're feeling safe enough, you can actually just farm up to tier and then TP back in a lane. But Kog Maw is also very good with cleanse and heal as well, depending on the matchup. But in this matchup, Bjergsen felt pretty safe early against the Pyke. Obviously, Pyke has a lot of kill pressure at 6, but early on you shouldn't need heal or cleanse or anything like that too crazy. But so yeah, any of those can work out. It's very matchup dependent, very much depends on where your game plan is going to be going into the game, your playstyle a little bit, but all those do work out really well. But do definitely recommend Phase Rush. Presence of Mind is going to be very good on Kog Maw as well, making sure you always have mana to continue spamming your spells, because that is going to be one problem with Kog Maw. You may run out of mana. Again, as far as the build, getting into the rest of the items, you are going for an early tier into a Seraph, which is going to go into Archangel Staff. Then you're going for Rallies, and then he usually goes for the Sork Boots after he has finished the Seraphs and the Rallies. Then obviously goes into a Leandries, and then a Death Cap, and then potentially a situational defensive item after that, depending on what you need. Could be a Void Staff, could be a Zanya's, could be a couple different things, maybe even Morello's if you need that as well. But the main items here are going to be the Archangels. It's going to give you a ton of mana to continue to just spam out your ultimate, spam all your abilities, because Kog Maw is going to have some high mana costs, especially in extended trades, fights, stuff like that. The Leandry is going to be super good, allowing you to slow people. Your E already has a slow, but just being able to slow people even more to pump that damage into them. And then the Leandries with the Rallies, obviously doing that extra burn damage to people who are CC'd. Ton of great synergy there. You're going to spike really hard at 3 items with the Sork Shoes and the Archangels, Rallies, and Leandries. But then also Death Cap's going to be a huge spike for you as well. You're going to be a 3-item monster, 4-item monster, just a late game scaling beast. Obviously, you are going to be very weak in the early game. You're not going to do much damage in lane. You're not going to have kill pressure in pretty much any matchup. But if you can survive that lane phase, you're going to be very hard to kill after that. With Phase Rush, with Nimbus Cloak, you're going to be hard to get to, hard to stick to, hard to just lock in place and kill. Then also with that Archangel Staff, we've all seen how big a Seraph's Embrace shield can be. It's absolutely disgusting, and it makes you super tanky, and you just are really strong. Taking Gathering Storm, you're going to be a monster in the late game and hopefully be able to carry a ton of games. But yeah, I think that AP Kog Maw actually does a lot more damage in late game than people come to believe. I also think that he can be very effective in the mid lane. So short lane, where it's easy to be like surviving, scaling up. Yeah, you do have to worry about the other enemy mid laners roaming around a bunch and killing your whole team, but as long as you ping MIA, ping people off, especially in lower elos where games can tend to just go later and later and later. Scaling picks are always going to be really, really strong. So if you can get down the just early lane phase on Kog Maw, staying alive, not dying, staying safe, all that, you're going to be in business, and you're going to have a very, very strong pick. He's definitely hard to pull off, but AP Kog Maw I think is a little more forgiving than AD because you don't need to have perfect auto attack spacing or kiting or anything like that. You do have a lot more damage in your abilities because the E has a 50% AP ratio on it, the Q has a 50% AP ratio on it, the R does I believe percent health damage, yeah, missing health damage. So you have a lot of damage capabilities with the AP build. Is a little bit more forgiving. But yeah, you still scaled like a monster, but as you can see there, you are susceptible to things like that, the 3-man dive mid, which is pretty unfortunate, but that thing's going to happen. They were actually able to trade back a kill there. But yeah, pretty much it for this video today, guys. Just talking to you about this new pick, full AP Kog Maw. It's not a new pick. We've seen it in seasons before, but it's kind of rising in popularity right now. It is pretty strong. A lot of pro players are figuring out that with Phase Rush, Kog Maw can be a very, very strong mid laner. Helps him survive the early game and helps him scale into a monster and then just become an absolute beast because Phase Rush does scale very, very hard. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like, leave a comment down below. What do you think about Kog Maw mid? If you try him out, let me know how it goes. Subscribe to update on my latest content. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.